Imagine stealing millions of pounds from one of the most heavily protected trains in Britain, without firing a single shot. It sounds like the plot of a Hollywood movie, but this incredible story actually happened. In the early hours of August 8, 1963, a small group of highly organized criminals carried out what would become one of the most famous robberies in history. Their target was not a bank, not a museum, but a Royal Mail train carrying enormous amounts of cash across England. The robbery shocked the entire nation, embarrassed the British government, and changed railway security forever. Today, we are breaking down every detail of the legendary Great Train Robbery, from the first secret meeting to the final police investigation. To understand how this robbery became possible, we first need to travel back to Britain in the early 1960s. At that time, the Royal Mail operated special trains every night to transport money, collected from banks all over the country. Millions of pounds were loaded into secure railway coaches and transported under heavy security. Because the system had worked successfully for years, very few people believed anyone would ever attempt to rob an entire train. That confidence would soon prove to be a costly mistake. Behind the scenes, a group of experienced criminals had been quietly gathering information for months. They carefully studied train schedules, security procedures, railway signals, and police patrol patterns. Instead of relying on luck, they planned every detail with military precision. Every member of the gang had a specific responsibility, and everyone understood that one mistake could destroy the entire operation. They knew they had only one opportunity to succeed. The gang selected a lonely stretch of railway in rural Buckinghamshire. The location was perfect because there were very few houses nearby, limited police presence, and enough space to stop the train without attracting immediate attention. Night after night they visited the area, studying the terrain, measuring distances, and preparing for the operation. Patience became one of their greatest weapons. The most important part of the plan involved stopping the train without causing panic. Instead of damaging the tracks, the robbers decided to manipulate the railway signal system. They covered the green signal with a dark cloth and connected a battery-powered red light. From the driver's perspective, everything looked completely normal. Seeing the red signal, he did exactly what years of training had taught him to do. He slowly applied the brakes and brought the train to a complete stop, completely unaware that he had entered the trap. Within seconds, masked men emerged from the darkness. They moved quickly and with remarkable discipline. Their objective was simple: reach the coach carrying the money before anyone could raise the alarm. Although the train crew resisted, the robbers maintained control of the situation. Their planning allowed them to avoid unnecessary delays, and every minute was used efficiently. The criminals now faced another challenge. The money wasn't stored in a single suitcase. It was packed inside hundreds of heavy mail bags containing cash, collected from banks throughout the country. Working together, they formed a human chain, passing bag after bag from the train into waiting vehicles. Every second mattered because they knew police could arrive at any moment. What made this robbery extraordinary wasn't violence, it was preparation. The gang had rehearsed many parts of the operation beforehand. They understood exactly where each vehicle should park, how the money would be transferred, and which escape routes offered the lowest risk. Their planning transformed what seemed impossible into reality. When the last money bag was finally loaded, the vehicles disappeared into the darkness of the English countryside. Behind them, railway workers slowly realized what had happened. Britain had just witnessed the biggest train robbery in its history, and by sunrise the shocking news would dominate newspapers across the entire country.